I think first we need to understand what is the role of COA and what is IAA. They are definitely not complementary to each other, sir. One is police and one is the person doing. So COA is basically doing policing on architects. So we have to understand COA is not supposed to protect architects. COA is to do policing on architects, and COA definitely not friend of architects. We have to understand it very clearly, and that is what most of us forget. And I don't think it is also very clearly taught in the architecture syllabi. And because I had worked in IAA, worked in COA, IAA is supposed to be protecting the architects and doing welfare of the architects and everything. Other point, like in other states, what Sudeep talked about, in India, the Architects Act does not protect your services, only protects your title. That is a big gap, because the Supreme Court, if you read the act very carefully, and rightly so, the Supreme Court has given a verdict. First, hear me out. You can. So according to Supreme Court, anybody can practice architecture services without using the word architect. Okay, we have to clearly understand what is the mandate of the council. So then comes the question asked by Puneet, that what about exit exam? Is a big point of worry, but point is there are compulsions at the end of the council because of many reasons. So whatever done in past and future, all have relations to each another. What council has done in past, that we had opened up to popularize architecture, we had opened up too many colleges without looking at the quality. So that became one question. Second is, when we realized this mistake, that we opened up and we opened too many colleges, and there is a different variety and disparity in the product of the colleges. It was very difficult for us to control. And when we talk about the Ministry of Commerce and the Government of India talking about fee control and representing, doing jobs in other countries where our degree or our licensing exam is recognized. So biggest gap is that they said, what is the parity? Your architects are not competent to work in our country and our. So there is a huge amount of disparity. So they said, when they inspected, one example in the past, the Institute of Singapore visited few colleges, and they said there is a huge amount of grade difference. So some colleges can be straight away recognized, but not the others. So at that point in time, when the Ministry of Commerce intervened and the Council of Architecture strictly wanted that this should happen, the export of services, if you allow somebody else to work in India, we should be able to work abroad. So biggest challenge at that point in time, how would this happen? So because after a lot of deliberation, it was decided that we have a simple test, which we say benchmark test. So in that case, like Professor Goel was trying to argue, and we were also on the same side at that point in time. As an architect, I say, why should I get registered? Because take an exam, because I have qualified a 5-year course. The problem is that they are not at different level for whatever reason. So maybe we are responsible for all that mess in the past or in the future. But that thing is a reality. So to counter that, the Government of India suggested that we have a benchmark test. The people who can easily qualify, they will be registered, and the other governments, they will also open it up even for the engineers. But in that case, the question came, are you ready to, because the people said, you are recognizing schools of architecture, and your recognized schools of architecture are only giving degrees. So why you want to take another exam? That is what Professor Goel's argument is. So in the new regime which is proposed by the council in the amendment of the act, when we have exit exam, the council will lose control over all architectural institutions. They will not be regulated anymore by the council. Council will only have exit exam and register the architect. Anybody can do architecture course from any college, specified credits they have to earn and appear in the exam. So that is the genesis of where the exit exam has come from. And because we want international parity, we want our people to go and our degree to be recognized outside. So that is the basic reason, intent, and after a lot of deliberation in the council. It does not mean that Professor Gajananji as Vice President or I at that point in time acting President or the Vice President or present EC members of the past. So they have gone through all those deliberations at various levels in the government. So that is where we have concluded that the exit exam is necessary.
Thanks, Vinay. I think I think that point is quite very well explained. I have with us, Professor Gurpreet Singh here, who's been